Hello, everybody. Welcome to a relatively chilly Santa Anita. I know it doesn't look like it now, but trust me, at 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, it was in the low 40s here in Southern California. But things are warming up, both temperature-wise and on the racetrack today. Most of the gang is here now for Breeders' Cup 2019. About the only pieces that are missing is the large Aidan O'Brien contingent, who hopefully we'll get to see out on the racetrack in the next 24 or 48 hours. But otherwise, a very busy training session right from the start this morning, and some noteworthy developments. Obviously, we've had two scratches now that announced today, or at least one Maxfield, actually both, because Landeskog also will not run in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Maxfield was interesting. He did go out to the racetrack this morning. Actually, both of them were on the track this morning. We watched Maxfield kind of jog around the wrong way to the wire, start to turn around like he was going to gallop. Looked like there was an audible call at that point. He went back to the barn, and within a half hour later, the news came that he was out of the juvenile. So tough news there for everybody, because we were looking forward to that confrontation between Dennis's moment, Maxfield and 8 Rings. Now it's Maxfield is out, and Landeskog being gone now from the sprint reduces that field to 9. But let's get to the action we did see this morning. And speaking of the sprint, one of the premier works of the day was turned in by Matoli, a 3/8 of a mile blowout, just an easy blowout, but he sure looked good doing it. I had him in 37 and 2. For the 3/8, galloped out in 50 and 4. I got to give credit to his rider to slow Matoli down to 37 and 2. If you saw him out here on the track yesterday, he was a real handful during his routine gallop yesterday. But he rated nicely today and got in just exactly what trainer Steve Asmussen wanted, and he's definitely going to be a major player in the sprint. Other sprint news today, too. Our first sighting of Imperial Hint. He had a little shoeing issue coming off the plane, according to Luis Carvajal, we reported yesterday. But he came out at the 9 o'clock break, and although he just jogged once around, he sure looked real full of himself, like he was ready to do a lot more. So we'll anxiously look forward to seeing him out here tomorrow. The other main worker of the day was Omaha Beach. He came out at 9 o'clock, also blew out 3/8, had him in 36.58, 36 and 3, just about. Galloped out in 50 and 4. Nothing flashy, just like Matoli, but he did what he needed to do. He looked great, and he's made a terrific appearance here since I've been here now for the past week. I thought the best work of this morning was turned in by his stablemate, United. He won a half mile today, a very easy half mile. Didn't look like he was going 48 and 3, but trust me, that's what I got. 48 and 3, looked like he was going about in 50. Flavian Pratt, who has him out in all 14 Breeders' Cup races, he's been very busy in the mornings here, working a lot of these horses. He was aboard United, who galloped out in 102 and 3. Pratt was also on the Japanese horse this morning. I was also on Blue Chipper this morning. He blew out 3/8 of a mile, and he did so pretty quickly. Went 3/8 in 34.4, and I thought he looked good today. And I thought he's been making a good appearance all week long. I started to mention Full Flat. He had the furthest workout today. The Japanese Invader, who will run on the main track, went 5 furlongs in 103 and 3, but the final 3/8 was in 37, and he made a good appearance today. He had a pretty vigorous training session yesterday, and came back today and with a legitimate 5 furlong work, and I thought he went well. Also, Wrecking Crew blew out 3/8 in 38 and 4 this morning. Other horses that caught my eye during the course of the day, and first I'm going to apologize to the connections of Got Stormy for calling she a he yesterday, but they keep thinking Get Stormy, but she made another great appearance today. She's been on the muscle for several days since her work in Kentucky, and she was really aggressive today. 2-minute licking most of the way. I thought she looks like she's coming into her race in excellent form. Other horses that caught my eye, Castle Lady, she's been just doing a lot every morning. Seems like she's blowing out 3/8, whether it's official or not official, every day. I had her down the lane in 25 and change, 40 and change for 3/8, and I hear she's going to have an official 3/8 blowout tomorrow. I just like what I've seen of her for the filly and mare turf. She's going to be a long shot in there, but she sure has been doing well. Graceful Kitten kind of blew out today. The Florida Invader for the turf went 27 and change down the lane. I like what I saw of Fun to Run today. He was really a handful during the training session out there for the dirt mile. And Improbable also just jogged today, but boy, he sure wanted to do a lot more alongside the pony there. Was begging for them to let him loose, but not today. On the turf course, only one horse went to the turf. That was Cristal for trainer John Kimmel. Kind of had a little canter / gallop. Picked up the pace coming down the lane, and that was it on the turf today. I am sure we're going to see a lot more action, especially from the Europeans on the grass tomorrow and Thursday. So like I said, things are really heating up here. Everyone's around, and the track is very busy in the morning with Breeders' Cup horses. It'll get even busier tomorrow, and we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here right through the rest of Breeders' Cup training as we're almost there now. Breeders' Cup 2019. And again, we broke the story on Maxfield here at DRF.com, so keep it at DRF.com for the best in Breeders' Cup 2019 coverage.